and today with the Deity V-Mic D4. At this moment connected via USB Type-C, but in a few moments I will share with you how it sounds connected directly to my camera, and now recording directly to my Sony ZV-E10 with the Deity V-Mic D4. And even in a vlogging situation. Now recording with my DJI Pocket 2 and using the Deity V-Mic D4. Now, this is not exactly the sound that we will get once we connect the microphone. And if I show you, for example, disabling this and this and this has a different sound. So in a few moments, I will share with you what I'm using right over here to achieve this sound. So if you want to achieve the same sound either on the recording side or on the editing side, you will be able to do it. By the way, I'm recording on my Windows 11 computer, and if you still haven't activated your Windows 11, don't forget to check out KeysFan, where you can find budget official OEM keys at an affordable price, and with the coupon code that you can see on screen and down below on the video description, it will get a bit cheaper. That being said, let's take a better look and a better listen to the Deity V-Mic D4. And the whole video, in case I didn't mention, will be all recorded with the Deity V-Mic D4. Starting with the packaging inside the box, which is a simple box. We will have the Deity V-Mic D4, a shock mount, a pop filter, a dead cat, USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable, and two USB Type-C to 3.5mm cables, one of them for Sony cameras, and it also includes a AAA battery. Now, the Deity V-Mic D4 has a knob right over here that we can turn down to -5 dB, up to, at this moment is at the minimum, up to 10 dB, and this is at the maximum. It also has a USB Type-C output, which is the only output that it has. It has a LED that will tell us that it's on or not, and it's powered by AAA batteries. The battery lasts about 60 hours or so, and being a AAA battery, it has its own advantages and disadvantages compared with microphones with built-in battery. Now, in this particular case, we can take the microphone anywhere and a bunch of AAAs, and we will never run out of battery because we can just keep on replacing. On the other hand, if and just if we forget to remove one battery and place another one, we might be able to lose power. So a big advantage can be also a downside. But if we use it properly, then I do see a lot of advantages. One of the things that I was curious was, if I connect via USB Type-C, do I need to include a battery? And the answer is no. If we want to use without battery, just USB Type-C connected to our computer, Mac OS, Windows, Linux, Chrome OS, whatever we want, we just need to connect the cable. That is it. Now, the connection is a smart USB Type-C, which means that when we plug to a camera, for example, and we turn on the camera, it will turn on automatically. And if we turn off the camera, it will turn off the microphone automatically, which is great. It will save a lot of battery, and I don't need to remember to shut it off or turn it on. It will do everything automatically, and that is a great plus. One thing that I would love to have it right over here is a level for the battery, which doesn't exist, but I do understand it's a budget solution under 100 US dollar euros mark, so that is it. Now, that being said, let's take a look at the filters that I do have to achieve the sound that we are getting, and what sound do we get out of the box. So that being said, let's take a look at the screen. Okay, at this moment on the screen, and I've got my image right over here so that you have a better idea of the distance, for example, that I'm able to achieve with the microphone, and if I'm closer so that you have a graphical idea. Now let's disable the expander, the equalizer and the compressor, and basically this is the sound that you will get if we remove the gain. Now the microphone sounds low, and it's curious because when we connect it to the camera in a few moments, you will be able to see that the sound is louder. So on USB Type C it gets a lower sound. But one of the things that I would like you to hear is the background noise without a gain. And if I turn on the gain, this is the background noise that we get. Now, even if we record a video without the gain in post or on the editing tool that we use, we will need to push the dBs up and we will get this background noise. Every mic has its own background noise, and what I do feel compared with other mics that I've used is not that bad and really easy during the recording, as you are seeing here on the screen, and also on editing to remove this background noise. So if I apply the expander, there we go, noise gone without affecting my voice, which is important. Now I will leave this here for a few seconds, so just in case you want to get exactly the same settings that I have, there we go. I also have an equalizer, and one of the differences that you will hear is that my voice will get a bit clearer and less muffled, which was one of the things that I did notice when I started using the Deity V-Mic D4. So on your editing software, or even here recording or streaming, you'll be able to apply a 3-band equalizer. Really simple, just a small touch here and there, and you will get your voice differently. And then a compressor just to help out in higher dBs, that it will help me to keep on these acceptable levels and not get you deaf. And besides that, one of the things that I want to show you is that if you want this microphone for proximity, and I can lower a little bit right over here and come a little bit closer, you will be able to use it as a podcast, for example, especially when we talk off axis, so that we don't have those P's and P's and P's, and we will get a really nice effect. On the other hand, we can also use it far away. Well, I wouldn't say really far away, but up to this distance, more or less. So it can be very useful if you want to use, like I do use, and at this moment I don't have none here, but as I usually use on my microphones. But basically, this is it regarding the filters that I'm using. And if I'm using the microphone like this and then editing in post, these would be more or less what I would change to get a better audio, especially the background noise removal. That being said, let's take a look at connecting the microphone directly to the Sony ZV-E10. And now recording directly to my Sony ZV-E10 with the Deity V-Mic D4. And one of the things that I do notice, which is the audio levels. I've got it on 10 dBs right over here, and I've got 10 dBs on the Sony ZV-E10. We can't push it too much, or the preamps will introduce more noise to what the Deity brings in. But one of the things that I did notice immediately is that the behavior that this microphone has directly to the camera is a bit better than what it does via USB, especially when we hear the type of clarity of the sound and also the volume. Of course, on USB we will be able to change all that, as you could see on OBS, and then we can stream or we can record. On the camera we will not be able to do the same. We will do it on post on our editing software, but nonetheless the audio is really nice. Hopefully you will share the same opinion as I do, and if you do, don't forget to leave down below in the comment section. If you don't, leave it as well. Now just for a few seconds so that we can listen to the background noise that it has. I'm not listening to anything right now, but you are, and just a few more seconds so that you can compare. and my setup is really silent. I don't have anything on at this moment. So the background noise that we will get here, I believe that it's not that much. And what I will try to do is to apply a voice isolation or background noise removal on this bit right now. And probably what I did was to apply and remove so that we can listen with and without. So we can do that in post without any issues whatsoever. But the objective of the video is exactly to share to that side of the screen everything that we get with the microphone, the cons and the pros, and how we can overcome the cons if there are any. And in this case, I believe that it's enough for this sample. And now let's take the microphone outside and listen to what we can capture with it. Now recording with my DJI Pocket 2 and using the Deity V-Mic D4. At this moment I'm using the pop filter along with the dead cat. There is a nice breeze and it's increasing the wind, so at this moment hopefully we are filtering everything, but you will let me know down below in the comment section and we will compare in just a moment how it sounds regarding my voice with or without the dead cat and the pop filter. Now I'm using the DJI Pocket 2, yes, still the 2. Hopefully I will be able to get the 3 when possible, but I'm satisfied with the image quality, and this is just an example because you can use it with your Sony camera, your Canon or any other camera that has a 3.5mm headphone or microphone input to be more precise. And the wind is pushing in this direction. I'm going to move to this side so the wind is coming towards me right now, and hopefully we can see or hear how the dead cat and pop filter do its job. It's not a strong wind day, but nonetheless I do believe that without any protection we will get noise. Okay, now without the dead cat, just the pop filter, once again the wind is coming in this direction right over here, so at this moment I am getting wind on my back and the microphone is facing the direction that the wind is coming. So I'm not really sure if this is enough or not. With the dead cat I'm almost sure that it was able to remove, but I'm also curious to see the modification, if there's any modification in my voice. I'm at a arm's length from my DJI Pocket 2 and from the Deity V-Mic D4. So let me know down below in the comment section, do you notice a difference on the sound with the dead cat or just the pop filter, or without any of these? So at this moment we have no protection at all. I'm going to face the wind direction again to see if the microphone, I'm feeling the wind on my face, so probably we are hearing noise, and if we are, sorry about that, but just so that we can compare without anything at all, which was how we were using at the office, and right now getting this breeze that probably is getting into the microphone and making the sound not so good. On the other hand, my curiosity is not only if we are blocking the wind, but also if my voice gets different with the pop filter and also with the dead cat. And hopefully this test will help you to decide if this is the microphone that you are looking for your setup, regarding if it's a DJI Pocket 2 or a Sony or a Canon or any other camera that you have. And that is it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and enjoyed to listen to the Deity V-Mic D4. That was my goal, to share to that side of the screen as much as possible detail on the sound that we can get out of it as it comes out of the box, and also by doing a little editing here and there, which is something that we will do with the budget microphone and also with the most expensive microphone. And if I did achieve that goal, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.